I remember even in the first round, I dropped him. He hits me with an overhand right. It comes over my glove, hits me right here in the jaw. I drop. I remember after that, I was like, oh fuck, why am I in here? But then I dropped him towards the end of that round. And then the rest of the fight was also competitive. So yeah, you kind of just roll with it. You're in there. You can't like just leave. The June before last, I was competing in MMA. I had one amateur fight, and it was awesome. It was great. It's way different than CrossFit because you're not getting hit in the face. But about MMA, I won the fight. It was a tough fight, and I'm kind of glad that I got a tough fight out of the way because I think if I would have won easily, I would still be doing it. But I'm glad I had a tough fight because that made me realize I didn't want to do it as a career. And what's funny is that when I was doing mixed martial arts, my favorite workouts were the conditioning workouts, the ones where you weren't getting hit, the ones where you just, box jump, kettlebell swings, and all that kind of stuff, and pull-ups. And so I figured after fighting that I would try this. I've been here for 6 months. I started off at level 1, and after about 5 months or so, I figured it'd be a good idea to move up, and that's about it. I'm still my body is still kind of adapting to all the volume.
Sean's great. He's quiet. But I can kind of see him starting to open up a little bit. He takes direction really well. He's easy to coach. So it's like you can cue him, tell him, and he just, shakes his head, yep, and he does it. And so he's very coachable, which I think is something that all coaches want in their athletes. He was in L1 for a couple months, and then he finally had the conversation and joined L2. But even before that, he was doing really well. I think the first time he got up on the bar and Ben was trying to get him to do more muscle ups or to show him. It was after class. And so I just walked over to him, gave him a few cues, and pretty easily just pulled himself over the bar. So body weight, he moves really well. Or do you want to compete?
No, I do want to compete. I'm the type of person where if I'm doing something, if I'm dedicating a lot of my time to it, there has to be an end goal. And the end goal is typically to do that at a high level, the highest level I can. So I'm not here just to work out and meet people, but to get better within this sport.